Hello my students, hope you are all doing well. Our new lesson today is about the bones. Without your bones, you couldn't stand up. You wouldn't have a shape at all. So, the group of bones in our body is called the skeleton. Notice that the main functions of our skeletal system is to provide shape and support for our body, enable us to move, and protect our organs. Do you know that a baby's body has about 300 bones at birth? These bones then fuse. This means they grow together to form the 206 bones that adults have. Let's see now, what do we call the bones that protect our organs? Ribs protect the heart and the lungs. So ribs are the bones that protect our heart and lungs. What do we call the bones that protect our brain? The skull or the cranium protects the brain. And finally, the backbones that protect our spinal cord is called the vertebral column. Bones are rigid and hard. They have different shapes and sizes. There are long, short, flat, and irregular bones. This figure here helps us to see examples where we can find such bones. Let's start with the long bone. Here in this figure shows us that the long bone is found in the arm. We can find also a short bone in the wrist. The flat bone is found in the shoulder. And finally, the irregular bone is found in the vertebra, which is the bone of the vertebral column that protects the spinal cord. The femur is the longest bone in the body. Notice that here in the figure, it shows us the femur, which is the thigh bone. Do you know what do we call the biggest bone in the body? It's called the pelvis. So the pelvis is the biggest bone in the body. The ear bones are the smallest bones in the body. Main bones in the skeleton. Let's start with the skull, which is the bone that protects the brain. The scapula is a flat bone of the shoulder. Ribs are the bones that protect the heart and lungs. Vertebra is a bone of the vertebral column that protects the spinal cord. Pelvis is the biggest bone in the body. Femur is the longest bone in the body. And the last two bones are tibia and fibula, which are two long bones that are found in the lower leg. The tibia is a larger bone on the inside, while fibula is a smaller bone on the outside. Notice that tibia is much thicker than the fibula. The place where two bones meet is called a joint. We have four types of joints: fixed, hinge, pivot, ball and socket joints. In this figure here, we have one example on each type of these joints. Let's start with the fixed joint, which is found between two bones in the skull. Notice that the fixed joint is an unmovable joint. The pivot joint is found between the two vertebrae in the vertebral column, so that you can turn your head and neck. Ball and socket joint is found between the bone of the shoulder and the bone of the arm. The hinge joint is found in the elbow and the knee. Please, dear students, I want you also to refer to your book to page 171 that shows you another figure with many examples on these joints. Please, dear students, study well and take care of yourself. Goodbye.